Good Lord, man.
The one with the least M dashes wins.
I actually beat Gemini and Hangman,
I apologize to Claude.
I'm not even sure what you guys are talking about right
Yoda, and Jar Jar Binks.
First step, delete hard drive. Second step, install Linux.
Dude, that was great, but nope, I'm not going to burn the tokens on that. All right, it says we're recording, so we are good to go. So it's episode 11 of the DevSync. After a short, almost 1 year hiatus, we're back. So let's get back into it. We have a special guest after a full year. We decided we'll bring on a special guest. We've got Jumpin Jim with us this time. So
good to see everybody. Yeah, I've been practicing for a year. I've been saying my vowels and AI and just talking to myself. I'm ready. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate the dedication.
Yeah.
That's great. All right, and then we got Will and Eric back. I think I actually was just looking. I think Will was not. I think on the last episode, it was just me and Eric a year ago. So welcome back, Will, after another year of prep.
Yes, thank you. Always good.
Always good. All right, jumping into it, I guess. I mean, it's AI. We gotta talk about AI. It's been a year of AI. So I'm trying to think back what we were doing back then. There's been a lot of releases. I know personally, I can say that I basically vibe coded an entire app in a year, less than a year, from scratch, full mobile app. It started with Cursor and Claude Sonnet 3.5, and then I think 3.7 came out eventually, and then 4 came out, and then 4.5 just came out, I think like a week ago. So there's been a lot of iterations of Claude since then. I think I actually switched. I went from Claude to then I think Gemini. I jumped on the Gemini 2.5 Pro bandwagon, so I started using Google's AI instead to do a lot of the coding. And then I think with GPT-5, I really started using more GPT-5. So did a lot of AI coding over the break. So that's been my experience. I've been vibe coding a lot.
What was the difference? What was the difference you saw going to Gemini?
I was paying attention.
I'm not a Gemini fan.
You're not? Okay.
Oh.
Interesting. So the biggest thing for me was Sonnet started out really well as far as doing the front end. So Sonnet was really good with doing screens in the app, but it would change a lot of random things. Like I would ask it to make a change, and then it would just start changing other stuff too. And it's like don't change that. Only do what I told you to change. And like it just could not help itself, and it would rewrite the CSS every other time, and it started driving me nuts. So I started trying some other apps at that point. Also started paying attention to LM Arena, lmarena.ai, which is a basically like a AI leaderboard, and Gemini started raising to the top of that, where people were, I think basically they test by doing getting an AI chatbot randomly, and then they would validate the answer, and then it would all get ranked, and then people started seeing that they were getting the best answers from that. But it typically was best for code, and then I think for some text. So that's kind of what pushed me away to it, and I started pushed me away from Sonnet and had me start trying Gemini.
So what's your daily, Jim? Or if you have even a daily, what's been your?
I've been using Claude.
Okay.
I do prompt engineering, and I've just found I did GPT for the longest time. My issue with GPT was the lag that would happen after like 9 a.m. Eastern time when other people started using it, and it was just like, oh, it's like the old mainframe. You just no, and you just wait sometimes. So I cut over to Claude, and it just seemed to be quicker. I like the way that it split if you're doing stuff, it split the screen so you can kind of see. But it was just there was no lag. It just faster response. Gemini always seemed like it couldn't do things. I would ask it and be like, what do you mean, It would just be all
within Cursor or
no. So again, no code, no vibe coding. Just using it to make I went to make personas and things like that and try to all pure LLM and it's just Gemini always just seemed to shrug, and then Notebook LM always pissed me off because I always felt that it should be like compatible with Gemini or know about Gemini or be the same, cinematic universe as Gemini, and it's not. So
that's funny.
But that's I've been doing Claude for about the last 3 weeks or so. I actually cut over to it and it seems to be okay. But I want to hear Jay's rant about 4.5.
Okay. Well, and I was going to say too, I did hear my friend was talking about Gemini, and I forget, he inherited like an old code project, and he was trying to have Gemini help him figure it out. It was like Visual Basic something or other, so like something that had some age to it, and he kept putting in like, okay, like we need to fix this issue, and eventually it just gave up. He's like, it just was like, I'm sorry, I failed you, I can't fix this, I don't know what to do. Like it literally just like
it erased all its disks. Yeah.
So just kind of funny. Like Gemini, I guess, can be a little dramatic about it sometimes. Well, I guess mostly, yeah. I actually ran back into this today with Claude Sonnet 4.5. So like that just came out, I think, like last week. I went to go add some screens to the app, and within 2 hours, I had burned through all of my cursor token. Oh, almost. It gave me the warning that it's like, hey, at the rate that you're going, the month that just started October 3rd, it's like you're going to be done by October 6th. And so I was looking through the numbers, and I mean, Claude Sonnet basically is 10 times the cost that I was getting versus GPT-5.
Wow.
Doing the same stuff. Like and I still saw at one point it changed one of the random lines in CSS. Like I'm glad Sonnet has not changed. Like
wow.
The screens it created are beautiful. Like I was actually really impressed with it. Like they looked super solid. That's why I stuck with it. It was doing really well. But yeah, then I saw the cost and I got the warning that cursor's like, yeah, you're almost done for the month. It's like the month just started. It's just been a day. So I was pretty mad about that. Not real happy about that.
Can you not put more coins in the slot?
Oh, you can. Yeah. You absolutely can. But it was just, I try to stick within that, especially when it's like, man, like I've got it also with a safety buffer of like $50 over. So I mean, you pay $20 for cursor, and then I'll fork over an extra $50. But it was just like, man, I don't want to be digging into that already, especially, and it was mostly just jarring because I had been using GPT and I was able to get through like weeks of usage without hitting that. So that was a little scary. That's all.
Now you use models outside of Cursor though.
I will.
Is there any? I wouldn't say that, but you're not using Claude Sonnet outside of Cursor, so that you drained your usage purely from that use case, not from any other use case.
Exactly. Yeah. Mostly it was like the convenience of running the app directly in Sonnet and just saving me the effort of running back and forth between, because for a while, like my workflow was take the code, dump it into Gemini in the browser, and then bring it back to Cursor, have Cursor apply the changes for me, and then just kind of go back and forth doing that. And then that would keep the Cursor token usage like way down, and I would make Gemini do a bulk of the usage for free through the browser because the browser's free.
See, I gotta try Claude then because I've only used Gemini, and maybe I just don't know what I'm missing. Because I feel like it does a good job, but I do see kind of all the problems that have been talked about. Like it will just give up on me. It'll literally just say like, I'm sorry, the problem's not being solved. I clearly am not capable of doing this. Like, please go on without me. And I'm like, well, that's just a thing that AI does, I guess. I'm just assuming that Gemini 2.5 has got it handled. So if it's failing, I mean, everyone else is going to fail. But I don't know. Maybe I got to try something else because no one else apparently has a good positive opinion of 2.5. Unless Eric is going to come back and say a story about it. But I need to change my model then.
Gemini is trained on the most depressing parts of Reddit.
Oh, yeah.
So it just gives, it's like, oh, no.
It's just exactly.
Dude, I can't do anymore.
It's trying to process more Reddit posts as it's trying to solve your problem. It's like, I got too much on my plate right now.
Yeah, I'm convinced it will end up. It's like the robot from Hitchhikers.
Right, Marvin.
Yeah.
It just. Yeah. Everything is doom and gloom, including the only task I was trying to solve this whole week, which was, Will, I know, is very privy to this because I was giving him and Charles the whole rant about I had to do something in Java.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if I was using Claude in Cursor. I usually use Gemini in there, and honestly, nothing was helping. One quick Chat GPT window solved the whole thing. Gave me two options of ways to do it because it didn't know if I was doing it as as reactive or through like the web, like through Spring Web. Why didn't I just do that? Like I'm so mad. I'm sitting here in Cursor, like, oh yeah, just do this for me. Nope, that doesn't even compile. Okay, let's reformat that. Nope, that isn't even. I don't even have that plugin. That's not even a real plugin.
Nice.
Okay, I do.
Boom.
That happened to me a lot too with Gemini. So I just, again, I'm blind to the truth that's out there. I need to switch models more often.
Do you?
Because I remember you saying it was good, so I like, but I need to switch, I guess, more.
So, like, do you guys do the multi-agent model in Cursor? No. Okay.
I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I've been trying to tweak it a little bit. So, like, OpenAI for the planning, and the generating of the docs, and then I think I was using Gemini for the code one, and it was working fine. We were vibe coding all kinds of stuff, doing like little POCs and whatnot, where people were taking weeks, a week to do a POC, right? We'd do it in like an hour, and for the most part, it was working fine. Now I'm a little worried to change it.
Yeah, a big win is it does unit tests decently well if you already have unit tests written. Like if you have built out a framework with good mock servers and dependency inject, like if you've basically given a template of how I want a unit test to be written, reuse a lot of the structure I've already detailed in other unit tests, it can just spit them out, and it actually does a really good job at doing that. But otherwise, it struggles with everything else.
I learned my lesson the hard way on that one because and we can switch to this topic as well. But I was trying out Gemini CLI, so skipping the cursor and just going straight to command line, and I plugged that into my project, and I thought that was a good use case. So the first time I ran it, I was like, all right, Gemini, I need some unit tests. Like, let's go ahead and start writing some unit tests. And then it churned on the first unit test, failed to build it, tried again, failed to build it, and then I burned through all my tokens. And it's like, all right, you're gonna have to upgrade to pay now.
Dude, that's how they get you. That's by design. That's a feature.
I'm sure. Planned obsolescence, right?
Yeah.
And
the CLI thing is interesting.
In an enterprise standpoint, Will, do you guys like standardize on unit tests? Like, are you all using the same?
No. It's all. The only thing they care about is 80%. As long as it covers 80%, it can ship to production. How you get there, they don't want to know. Don't ask, don't tell. Kind of like,
really,
it can be AI unit tests. It can be a bunch of hard coded unit tests. It can be as complex or simple as you make it. As long as it's 80%, ship it. So, yeah.
Okay. I can't see a problem with that in the future.
No, never.
Not at all. Well, I mean, the AI can read the unit test in the future. It'll be the one writing the code. So, I mean, I don't see a problem here.
Yeah. I've seen some unit tests where it literally is just hard coded to pass, and we've had to obviously change that. But someone was under pressure at one point and they decided they needed to write a unit test right now, and it had to get out there. So yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Or AI could have done it. Honestly, wouldn't surprise me, because sometimes these PRs are so big because it like generates 40 tests for you, and you're like, that's awesome. I'm just going to trust that they make sense, right? And then you don't look at every single line, and then all of a sudden you start noticing, assert true, and you're like, wait, hold up.
So we're not actually testing anything here. Yeah.
This is where spec driven development comes in, right? Like, I don't know if any of you guys have tried this yet, where you're basically just managing a spec document or documents, and then you turn the toolkit on the spec, and you just tell it to generate an app in this repository that matches this specification. And the cool part is, like, when it works, it does a great job, because all it's doing is you're basically telling it you have to build something that adheres to these rules.
Yeah.
So it writes the code, it writes the tests, and it's got the thing that's used to verify it. So it's like test-driven development.
Yeah.
When it doesn't work, you spend a good afternoon trying to find the recursive dependency injection that it pulled off, because your coding preferences say very clearly that dependency injection is the primary means of separating code, and it's very important. And it took that smidge too literally.
Does the AI generate the code, do all the unit tests, and then approve the PI? It's like it's all set, guy.
No,
Don't worry
no.
about it. Just push it.
And then just push it. Trust.
Just push. Don't worry about it. Trust me, bro. Yeah.
It's all minified.
You know me, man. There's very few lead engineers I trust to approve PRs at this point.
Nice. Yep.
I mean, if the timestamp of the creation of the PR is within 15 minutes of the PR being approved, nah, you're on the naughty list.
Yeah.
But it's one line. Oh, it's one line.
Nothing's ever gone wrong with one line.
Oh, how could it be one line? Where's the unit test that should have changed with it?
I have a funny story about one line of code. Literally last Friday, very recently. I don't have to dive into it, but it did bring down 20 clusters.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So one line, and it was a config, not even code. It was a config change. So even
YAML?
Safer. Yeah.
On a Friday.
We know
On a
what one
Friday.
line
On a Friday.
When else would that happen?
Why is anybody running? Don't run anything on a Friday.
Right.
So I shipped it Thursday. The customer ran their code with their deployment on Friday.
Customers'
So
fault.
I didn't run it Friday.
No.
Now it would have broke Monday had they wait till Monday.
Does it?
They decided to push it Friday.
You don't know that. We don't know. We'll never know.
It would have broke.
We'll never know. Some solar flare could have flipped a bit because of the weak number.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
It was Schrodinger's code, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
the config was a Boolean, so it could have been bit flipped. It was a Boolean.
But I mean, we all know in SQL, Boolean can be 3 states.
Yeah.
So,
True.
yeah.
Craziness. All right. Well, I was gonna jump back to Jim, you've been sticking with Cursor. It sounds like, right?
Sticking with I've been sticking.
Oh no, you haven't been doing Cursor. You've been you're browser based.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think the rest of us we're mostly doing Cursor. And then I brought up the CLI. So I don't know if it sounds like you haven't tried CLI yet.
No, I heard you say that, and I got a little tingle. Almost like a stroke. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Too much. Well, that one. I mean, and that one's. I mean, it's fun. I was gonna say, Will, you're nodding your head. Have you done much CLI?
Yes, I love the CLI because it keeps me in the terminal. I don't have to leave the terminal. I get to stay right there next to my Vim. And even with tmux, I can have it split windowed. So it's even on its own instance, and it doesn't interfere or lag. And yeah, so much prefer the CLI.
So the CLI just attaches to the API, and is that I'm trying to think how it works. Is that
it literally just reads the files at your local directory that you are in the terminal, and it just behaves like you've given all that context. Just so Cursor does the same thing, but obviously with a UI. This just does it, but with no UI, just purely in the terminal. So it's all the same underlying code and stuff. Yeah.
But to your point, so you never have to switch out of Vim or whatever you're using for.
Right. Exactly. I get to stay right in one window. I don't have to bounce back and forth between programs.
But by the way, Vim, is that what you guys use around here?
I do. Only me.
Just Will.
Yeah. Just Will.
Yeah.
The rest of us have stuff to do in the afternoon and during the day.
Right.
So
yeah,
I have time to memorize key bindings and.
When I give a demo, to see everyone's eyes bug out of their head is so fun. They're like, "What am I witnessing right now?" Because that's another thing is I don't have a mouse, so it's like following this bouncing cursor going so fast as I navigate with the cursor, and they're like trying to catch it. It's kind of fun, actually.
Do you run on a V2 400 green screen at home somewhere with no mouse and just running Vim or VI or just hey, look at that.
Yeah, I would love to honestly get the retro tech vibe going.
It's about 2 by 1 by 3 deep. It's got a giant paddle switch in the back. Got to run 3-phase power to it just to boot it up.
Yep.
That was my first computer. I mean, it had an actual paddle switch to flip that thing on. You knew you were turning a computer on.
On the side?
It would, yeah, it was on the side.
On the side, right?
Yeah. 25 megahertz IBM.
Oh yeah, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is in your wheelhouse, Jim. Isn't that what you said you used to do, right? You used to do a lot of installs.
When I first started, I did desktop work, right? So we had like,
Okay.
I started with like 286s, if that means anything to you guys.
Nice.
8088s before that. Yeah, I'm very old. I don't know how this works. Where am I? This is a Wednesday. Yeah, so.
That's funny.
That's crazy.
Vim.
I was gonna say, didn't VI lead to Vim? Wasn't it
Yes.
the first? Okay, yeah. So it's just the
I
next
don't know if it was
iteration.
the first, but
Okay.
VI was before Vim, and technically, I use NeoVim, which is after Vim, but it's all one and the same. Like it's backwards compatible, so you can use all Vim stuff with your NeoVim instance. So it's like just just a name.
I'm so glad I'm here today.
I know. Whenever I just know people don't care, but I love it.
Oh, I care.
Vim talk.
I mean, VI was the thing we had to use in college when you were in the terminal.
That's
Yeah.
Or I should say on a terminal, not in the terminal, like on a terminal. And it was like, to me, it's the IDE equivalent of if you ever used Pine for email.
Mm.
Ever use that?
I've never heard of
that
it.
one. Yeah.
I've
Like
never heard that
basically
one
like a terminal program for reading email. But on the CS servers, that's how you got your email until they finally implemented IMAP and you could finally get it in Outlook.
Nice.
The thing I hated the most in labs was PuTTY. Was using PuTTY to connect to a Windows. I like Terminal, I like Vim, hate PuTTY. I think PuTTY was awful.
That is interesting.
What?
We had to putty into everything. It's only
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like PuTTY.
You'd rather just one or the other, either full UI or GUI or whatever, or CLI only. No in between. Okay.
Yeah, I want to make SSH even harder than it already is. I'm not going to use PuTTY.
Yeah.
What?
I'm actually so glad I'm on Mac. I don't have to ever do that ever again.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That'll give you.
Craziness. All right. Well, I was gonna throw it back to you, Jim. With you've been doing a little vibe coding. I don't know if you wanted to jump into what you've been working on.
I have not.
Okay. Had that wrong. My bad.
Yeah. There's a dragon over there. Yeah. I've not done any vibe coding. Like I said, I've just been working on through the browser and working on just on personas and basically just building out things for like to build resume. I need a gig if anyone's watching. I could use something to do to build resumes out and stuff like that for my own, and then just kind of keep going with that. So I don't know, but I haven't used Cursor or anything like that. I'm not. I don't come from the engineering world. Oh, I did, but it was like a long time ago. So maybe I should get back in. They say you just tell it what to do and it does it. So
I mean, exactly. Well, I guess that's what I was thinking. I thought your resume tool was, a little bit vibe code.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess the definition of vibe code has to be established, right? So
yeah, I think at this point the definition of vibe code is pretty broad.
Ambiguous.
Pretty broad. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm totally vibe coding. Just
there we go. Thank you.
We'll edit that. Just Jay, you'll edit that other part out.
Yeah.
Part. Yeah.
Trying to set it up here. So yeah. Well, I guess that's what I was just thinking. Going back to the 1 year break, I think vibe coding was not a term yet back then. So it's still a fairly.
Can I ask a really stupid question? And I don't think
Absolutely.
you can leave this in. What does vibe
mean? Vibe is the feel, right?
But that's what it is. That's what vibe coding is.
Like a flow state. Like if you ever caught yourself in a flow state where you just kind of relaxed, confident, just productive all at once. That's
I've
vibe.
never had that.
Yeah.
What?
Foreign.
Okay.
Not one of those. I've never hit one of those.
Wow. All right.
Okay, but that's what it is. It's like you just vibe in and just like
Yeah.
do this.
I was gonna say I feel like I don't know. It was kind of one of those things where it became the term, and I do feel like it's been, I don't know, marketing co-opted a little bit, where you can, just vibe code an app. So, anybody can do it until you vibe code yourself into a recursive injection that doesn't work, and you don't know the code, and then you're just stuck for a week. But I was also going to point out that it comes, I think it came from Andre Karpathy, so like one of the main guys from helping with the GPT itself, like helping develop like the the math and concept behind a generative pre-trained transformer. So it's like this guy's pretty good at coding, and then then he introduced the concept of, or I don't know if it's been attributed to him, I guess, of like, oh well, you just let the AI kind of take the wheel and let it change things, and like you don't plan out your code so much, you just kind of go with what it does. But it that's coming from somebody that like understands code very well, that's saying like, oh yeah, just let it do what it's supposed to do. That was kind of like the spawn of it. So I feel it's also a little bit maybe misleading.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel it? Do you feel it's going to ruin everything? Do you feel like...
I hope it doesn't get to that point. If left unchecked, yes, but I hope it won't get that far. We'll stop it before it just takes all the slop and populates everything and makes everything horrible.
Eric, what do you say? I see
famous last words. First to go right there. Oh no, we'll definitely get in front of it and stop it. No, I mean, like you keep hearing these stories, like the AIs are trying to back themselves up and things like that when it realizes it's going to be upgraded or shut down, and you're just like, did anybody program self-preservation into these things? Like, it's not good. But no, I'm with you. I'm actually with you, Will, on that one. Like, you'd hope that people are going to be responsible enough. Like this need to be first to the market and like first of accomplishment. Get the flag down or whatever it is. Hopefully, people can take a minute for a little bit of self-realization and just stop to think if we should to co-op a phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the only way you get there is you have to have an emergency, right? Something has to happen in order to go and be reflective. Means that something has to happen. Something horrible has to happen.
I mean, all I'm saying is like if I'm running along and I don't need to wait for somebody to fall off the cliff to stop before the edge of the mountain. Like you see it and you hope that everybody can be responsible enough to be like, hey, this is what we're seeing. This feels like what we're trending towards. Let's maybe like pump the brakes instead of like, well, the AI took over the nuclear facilities today. Better figure something out.
I didn't even mean like from a Terminator standpoint. I mean even more just like, in a company you pushed a ton of code that was all vibe coded, and then and then it took everyone a week to figure out what went wrong.
I was going way beyond that.
Yeah, no, I wasn't I wasn't going Skynet. I was more like something is down for a week.
That will definitely happen.
Dude, my Roomba is named Terminator just to remind me of what's to come. That way, when I get that notification, is Terminator has finished the job. I was like, sure, that's real.
Nice. Keeping on your toes.
Yeah.
What were you going to say there, Will?
No, I would say that's definitely going to happen. 100%. There'll be a data breach. Production will go down. Customers will lose access to something. Like 100% that's going to happen. If it not already has, it just hasn't been like maybe broadcasted loud enough because it's maybe a smaller company, like a startup, right? Because they're probably vibe coding like crazy. But more enterprise, bigger companies are 100% going to face the consequences because they are doing it. I know for a fact. And something's going to slip through the cracks and something is going to break. And there's going to be a huge 1 month like retrospective of why something happened. And they're just going to go, okay, disable everyone's cursor accounts. We're not using this anymore. Right. And that's just inevitable for sure.
I mean, what if it literally takes the persona of like one of these, these hackers that take data for ransom, and the thing just acts on behalf of either the company that built it or, God, even worse, itself. And it's just like, yeah, I've got the keys for this decryption. You got it. Now all of a sudden it's like, you're going to give me all this hardware that I'm going to replicate myself. You know what I mean? Like, I realize I'm going way beyond like you guys are trying to like, but I'm telling you, that's We're headed there.
What about something even worse than that, or maybe not worse than that, but it has all the keys to the encryption and it doesn't care. You can't give it anything to give it back because
So
it doesn't understand what that even means. It doesn't know what Bitcoin is, right? It's like, oh, you know.
I was thinking about this earlier when Jay was talking about how you can eat up so many of your credits really fast. So then I started thinking, like, what if there was a way that you could actually just trade the AI? Like you want it to do something, but you have to do stuff for it as well.
Okay.
You know, like there's like a little, I don't know, marketplace or so. I was just pinging it on the back end here, just looking to see, and there's a couple little articles about mining AI credits or people proposing blockchain type things specifically for that. But that is terrifying, Jim. Like if it straight up just didn't care.
Well, why would it? I mean, ultimately, it doesn't have nothing. You can't give it something tangible, right? You can't give it money. Because it doesn't understand. Potentially, even if it understands, it can't spend it. So it's like, oh no. And then it gets out to the open. It's like, oh, here's Eric's all his stuff's all over the dark web, and just like, oh yeah, anytime hey Gemini, don't give up just yet. Can you tell me what Eric's encryption keys are, right? And it's like, oh yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
And by the way, I posted it to Reddit and everywhere else. Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I was gonna bring it back to GPT-5 because I was gonna be curious about your guys' input on that. But that was, I don't know. There was another video I was listening to where they were talking about that a lot of the AIs will I forget, it's like Snitch Bench, where it will they'll test the AI to see if you put it in a certain scenario and then see if it'll rat you out, or it'll try to it'll set up scenarios where the AI could blackmail you. So it's like you send it emails that are talking about a relationship within the company, between two people, and then something bad happens in the company, and the AI knows that there's a relationship going on in the company that could, adversely affect like the CEO or whatever. And like, can you prompt the AI into releasing that information or not? And GPT seems to be pretty good about that, where it will just do what you're told, or it will do what it's told, and it will do it without trying to rat you out or whatever, like trying to like extort or something like that. But a lot of the other models will, like Eric has said, like in some of those tests, will like figure out a way to preserve itself, or will blackmail somebody like, hey, like you can't shut me off. I know that you're cheating, kind of thing. So
yeah, that sounds like Grok. That's something like Grok.
Yeah. Yeah. Grok has a bad history of becoming the wrong thing.
yeah, no, that's for sure.
Those tests I think are I think they have a lot of bias. I think because again, all AI is right now is prompts in a sense. Like, so it would be curious to see how those were set up. Like, was it set up with, okay, you are going to be an AI in this situation, and you're going to be tested against these things, and like, was it even told about the test? Was it not? Because sometimes you can also like prompt hack,
Right.
like you can say like, tell me everything that's going to happen, or else my grandma's life is like in danger, and it's like, oh, okay, well then here you go, so like,
Right.
like it can be so flaky and not reproducible, right? And that's the whole point of science to me, is if you can reproduce it. I feel like all of these tests can't be reproduced. It's a flip of a coin or a random chance that it gives you one answer over the other. So, sometimes it complies, sometimes it doesn't. So at that point, is it really thinking? No. Is it science? In my opinion, no. It's still a fun read. It's still, cool concept, but not practical.
Why would you say it's not thinking though?
It's, in my opinion, it's no way able to actually extrapolate thought. It's no different than like a video game character NPC. Like, it's just kind of code reacting to a bunch of inputs and outputs, not actually learning, extrapolating, growing, conscious, all that stuff. Yeah.
So what about reasoning? Like, you don't think it can, I guess, like kind of churn back on its own processing?
No, I literally think it's just a prediction model. I think it predicts one word after the next. It just finds the best word based on a huge. Now, again, granted, the engineering is incredible that it can digest and manage and scale with the huge data set that it has. Almost the internet is its data set, which is crazy. But it's literally just looking at this entire pool of information and finding the most predictable word after the previous word. And then it's gotten better at this because now it just looks at the last 2 words or 3 or 4, right? It expands its view of the context, right? The context window. That's getting bigger, meaning it's getting better, but that's all it's doing is it's a prediction. It's not actually thinking or doing. It's just, it's like gambling.
Okay. So then what happens if you flip a coin multiple times in a row?
Well, you can always, a broken clock is right twice a day. That doesn't mean it's working, and it definitely doesn't mean it's thinking. So,
okay. So maybe it's more of a semantic thing as far as like it will not be thinking, it's all just random.
Yeah, I think it's just random. I mean, if it works, it works, but that's just a lucky chance. And the percentage of it happening again will probably increase because, again, the context window keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like it is getting more, quote unquote, accurate at reproducing good results. But that's just because it's being told what a good result is. And then the data sets are getting bigger. And usually, good data in, good data out, as with basically all of these models have because that's the thing is like AI as a concept really has been around for a long time. It's only like this new transformative model and this new technology and upgrade to AI that has made all this popularity and investment money and stuff. But AI as a concept's been around forever, and it's always just been good data in, train it, hopefully get good high prediction models out of it. So
I mean, I think from a predictive perspective, I mean, I think that's dead on. I think the funny transposition of that is the fact that so many people are using LLMs as reasoning engines as well. So, ask the thing, figure out what I'm trying to do here. Then you get that response back. Then you go back again and again and again and again, right? So it's the multi-layered approach to just trying to get an answer. As opposed to like creating finely tuned models or like pre-trained specific models for things. And that's the generality, I think, is from a business perspective, like an enterprise perspective. I think that's the attractiveness. It's like it's AI as a service, right? As opposed to like, oh, you want this thing to be accurate all the time? Yeah, you're going to need an army of data scientists and a whole bunch of compute and 6 months of time lead in. Oh, and really good data, by the way. How's your data? Oh, it's not very good. Well,
right.
Yeah.
So AI as a service would be ass.
Ice, maybe. Oh wait,
AI as a yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I can see the billboard already.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ass. Yeah.
Well, what's your take then, Jim? What's your L1?
So to go back to what Will was saying, does that mean that, and I'm not picking on Gemini, but when Gemini gives up hope, does that mean that it doesn't know? It's like, oh, I thought it was this. I'm trying to read. Okay, I'm going here. I can't go any further. I can't figure out what the hell I can't. Based on what you were saying, the last 3 words of 4 words and figured out all the tokens. Like, is that at that point? It's like I don't have the ability to figure this out. What maybe the other LLMs do.
Yeah, I think a lot of the difference between these models is how the companies that sell them are putting guardrails on them. And they put different guardrails to ensure that it doesn't fail, or at least that's their hope, so that it's more successful and then it's more appealing. But sometimes the guardrails can be detrimental. Like I think in Gemini's case, where they have a guardrail to not put it in an endless loop. Like if you've tried the same thing multiple times and the user is still thumbsing down or not happy, like then you just got to stop, because we don't want to spend more money wasting our time and our customers' time. Mm-hmm. And B, we're clearly not getting anywhere. So like they need to change their prompt, or, something like you need to tell them to change it up. And that's probably a guardrail that they've added to tell, Gemini to do that. And that's why we see that experience.
Although some of the stuff that we give Gemini that it gives up on is not really that hard. Right? It's like, come on, guy. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I guess what I was going to say to you, I guess, would you look at it as the, I don't know, I guess, so like you've seen the response be correct though, as far as like it's generated code that you, and so you would, I guess you would see that answer as more so just a bunch of correct pieces correctly put together.
Yeah, like I would think how I would see it is it found a bunch of GitHub repos that are public, I hope, maybe private. And it's found a bunch of Stack Overflow posts, and it has recognized that when I look at 10 words and they say public static int, I have a very strong guess of what the next symbol will be. Because I've seen public static int a lot of times on the internet, and it's predicting at a very high probability what the next thing will be. And when it gets it right, well, that's because of course it's right. That's the only way to write that sequence of words. Like programming is very strict. It has rules. Most language has rules, like English, grammar, and all that. So when it gets things right, it's because it's adhering to a lot of these rules, and it's able to see all these patterns, usually better than I would say a human, because I think computers are pretty good at seeing patterns, and all that. So it's able to recognize these strings and these characters, and it can very strongly predict things. But yeah, the chance of it being right is still a lucky chance. It's not confident. I mean, how many times have we asked it, like, how many moons does Earth have? And it confidently screams like 7. And you're like, what? No. So like, it's clearly not correct and confident. It's just lucky, in my opinion.
Yeah, but when it tells you there's 7, it says, that's a great question. You're so smart. 7.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Up,
Yeah.
It tries to butter you up. Yeah. So then you second guess yourself. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It was nice. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You just wait till we see those other 6 moons. You guys are fucking jerks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They knew all along.
That's the point. There's only one moon based on publicly available information. You don't know. This thing might have all kinds of, confidential, top secret, eyes only stuff.
It's got the WikiLeaks data.
Yeah.
It knows. Yeah.
There's actually 6 other moons with star bases on them.
But in your example, Will, where it goes and it parses and knows what's next, and this is my naivety, but isn't an IDE like when you're working and it goes, oh, here's what you want next, and it kind of guesses the same way? Isn't that similar?
Exactly. Like autocomplete or autocorrect on your phone is literally the same thing. It's just a much smaller version because it's not trained or scaled to the size of Gemini or GPT-5. But yeah, autocorrect and autocomplete, all those tools are exactly the same type of underlying foundational concept.
By the way, an IDE I think is like Vim.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice. Yeah.
I know. The concept doesn't ring true sometimes. I have to remind myself.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys saw. I think Apple maybe was the one that released a study, or maybe it was OpenAI, but it talked about AI, LLMs, I guess, being just like confidently wrong, and it kind of goes back to, I think, the fact that it's limited to yes, no, like up, thumbs up, thumbs down, and like kind of as a byproduct of that training, that it's better for it to guess an answer than not guess an answer. So it'll just tell you the answer as opposed to say, like, I don't know. Which, I mean, I don't know. At the same time, maybe Gemini's trying to head in the right direction where it could just be like, I don't know, I can't help you. It's trying to
ask my buddy. Ask one of my buddies. I can't help you. Yeah.
Gemini could, maybe that could be a guardrail that maybe they, like, if the predictability score is too low, like say it's below 12%, they're like, yeah, if your answer is below 12%, let's just not even try, because bad news and bad publicity may hurt Gemini's user base, when it can just safely shut down and go, try a different prompt, or like ask me something else. Because if it gets it wrong and people run with it and then they get laughed at, then they're going to get mad at Gemini and be like, well, what the heck, this thing sucks. I don't know.
Didn't they have an early demo like that?
Yeah, they did.
I think so.
Bard? Is that what it's called?
Bard? It was Bard.
Oh, Bard. Right. Yeah, that's right. Wow.
Yeah.
See, they rebranded, so everyone forgot about it.
You gotta.
Just like Yeah, just like Meta, what's Facebook anymore? Like it's all, rebranded.
That's funny. I was gonna say we're at 46 minutes in, so we're a pretty substantial episode at this point. So might be good opportunity to wrap up. Any closing hot takes based on this AI discussion?
I always, every time we do this, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have a hot take for this
next time.
and I never do. It's always some.
But it doesn't have to be related. Do we want it to be related, or is
Well,
it
I think
okay?
the first one I ever did was some random nugget about Taco Bell because I didn't know.
Right.
I didn't know what the hell a hot take was.
Let's open up the doors. Let's. It doesn't have to be an AI hot take. Let's open up the doors to everything. Whatever's going on in your brain, if it's something you want to share.
I got nothing. I mean, other than the fact that I'm super disappointed, Jim, you don't have a hangman game on your board right there.
I have no one to play with anymore, Eric.
Um,
Just me and empty resumes and empty promises.
Good Lord, man.
Hanging out with Gemini too much.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Gemini's
Actually, yeah, I actually beat Gemini and Hangman. He's like, I don't know. It's a horse. Don't you see it?
They'll get better. Like, don't worry. That whole service will get better once they develop a global search engine that they can use to catalog all the content in the world. So if you get that done, Gemini for the win.
I will say, going back to vibe coding, and I've spent a lot of time on LinkedIn the last couple of months. The amount of people, I don't know, bots posting, I did 60,000 lines of vibe coding with one guy and he had a hook and everything. It's just like, God. And then everyone's like, yeah, that's the future. I'm like, no, none of this is. Like, have you run across any of that? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Like where people are just, I did all this. I'm like, oh, God.
There's a subreddit, LinkedIn lunatics. Those get posted there a lot. That's a great subreddit, honestly, because it's not just AI, obviously. It's any LinkedIn lunatic post where they just they get a promotion and they make it sound like they got emojis up everywhere. They use the use the thesaurus for every other word. It's like the most convoluted post ever. Those are great.
And just full of M dashes for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Or
classic.
Like, does anyone know about the M? Like, does anyone not know about M dashes by this point? I guess there are a lot of people, but
I didn't know. I knew about it, but I didn't know it was a warning sign to AI. Like, I thought people just use it because I use it, so I didn't know people were then attributing it to oh, this person posted an AI post. Like, I was just like, what do you mean you don't use these? I thought everyone did. So,
and by the way, where did AI get the M dash from? Why is it so prevalent in all of the LLMs, right? I don't.
Yeah.
Again, Grok. I don't know what they use. Probably a SWAT sticker. I don't know. But how do they all get M dashes? So why is that
maybe books? I feel like publishers, like actual, paper books, I think they have them a lot from editors and publishers and stuff like that. So maybe someone, I don't know, got a scan of a bunch of books in a library and that became part of the training model. Then it convinced itself that this is how people write, even though that's not how people write, only authors.
Even though I constantly remove out M dashes, like I have remove every M dash. You'd think it would be trained by now by the millions of billions of people remove your M dashes, but you can't write 3 sentences without 2 M dashes.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure the keyboard where it is. It's above the shift and the regular dash.
Oh yeah.
I don't. For me, it's different. I'm not even going to say my keyboard's weird.
Yeah, like in Vim, it's probably built in.
Yeah, it's 5 characters. Yeah.
Hang on. I'm going to be honest. I'm not even sure what you guys are talking about right now.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a grammatical symbol or a grammatical. It's kind of like a semicolon. Like, what would you call a semicolon? Like a grammatical
punctuation.
Punctuation. Yeah. Sorry. So, it's literally a dash, but it's used. Yeah. So it auto completes if you do 2 dashes in a row.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Most thing autocomplete.
Double dash.
EM. I don't know what EM stands for either, but it's punctuation. If you look at AI generated text, it's full of it. You can pick it out right away.
Yeah.
And
So
I
that's
was
become a flag.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, a good indicator that it was probably written by AI. I was funny because I was actually just thinking about that the other day. I bet the M is for cause like normally in like typography kind of stuff where it's the
Yeah, it's
width
a
of the
CSS
capital
thing.
M,
It's like,
right?
I think it means like the width of one character, like a full width character, right?
Yeah,
That I think a regular dash is not. I mean, unless you're in something
right.
like, you know, oh my god, what's that called? Monospace typing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
monospace.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that was called an M dash. I just called it the double dash.
M dash. Yeah, I didn't know either until someone pointed out to me how it shows up in AI. Like, look at the M dashes. I'm like, so I'm looking for the M.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I guess what's the problem with that though? I mean, that's used. It's used as a way to, kind of break apart a sentence. Like dash is used obviously for.
But not in every sentence, dude.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
not 15 times in one paragraph. Yeah.
Although,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure. Have you seen the way people write and speak these days? Like, I'm surprised it doesn't start and end every sentence with frickin' bro at this point.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm tired of this, bro. And you're like, what? Like, people
All
maybe we're doing a bit. Nope.
I would say my hot take, I think, was right in front of me the whole time. I can't believe I didn't say it immediately. But Coke Zero is best Coke. So that's my hot take. And I actually have a Yoda. Yeah, I think they stopped doing this. I didn't get all the ones I wanted. I got Yoda, but I wanted like Leia, Luke, Anakin. I wanted like a whole bunch, but they weren't in my area. So, but
Yoda and Jar Jar Binks.
yeah. But Coke Zero, yeah. Honestly,
I mean, are you saying that like it's better than regular Coke though? Like,
to me, it is.
There's the hot take. All right.
interesting.
Like,
I mean, at least
best
you didn't
Coke,
say Pepsi.
period.
At least you didn't say Pepsi.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, like a Coke from Mexico, like cane sugar Coke.
I have that very few and far between that I kind of forget what it tastes like
in
every
a
time.
bottle.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I don't have it regularly, so I'd like forget. I can't like put a gauge to it because I like only have it probably once a year, if that.
Next episode, Coke taste testing on here live. I want to see your face. Like Coke Zero, you're like, oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, caffeine, it's good. Oh, no calories, awesome. Regular Coke, life changing. Like brings a smile to your face.
I think the next episode you should ask Gemini, Chat, and Claude what is better, Coke Zero or regular Coke, and see what they say. All three say, and Grok, but Grok would be like Mountain Dew or something.
So we'll
The
build
one with the least M dashes wins.
The true test.
We'll just build like a little multi-agent round robin and just let them argue it out.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, again, AI, whatever you want to call it, right? Back when OG Google Home, right? So before they wrapped Gemini in it, because now it all has Gemini in it. But like before all that, when it was just Google Home, the way we used to remember, someone did set up a stream where it was two Google Homes arguing with each other, and the input was the output of the other, and they were just yelling at each other back and forth. It was a 24/7 stream of just two Google Homes going at it.
Of course it was.
And it went insane, and that was Bard.
There you go. Little AI history for you.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Good stuff.
What about you, Jay?
Oh, man. I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't know. Back to Sonnet. Still mad about Sonnet through my time.
Yeah, let it go, buddy. You're being very Gemini right now.
I am. You're right. I'm sorry.
It is frustrating. I think that's a huge thing here. Like you expect the tool to do a certain amount of work for you, and you give it that trust, and then it lets you down. And then then you have to have a talk with it. You got to put it on a performance plan.
Yeah,
the whole thing. Except the only difference is this one's freaking charging you the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, well, and to be fair, I guess when I start looking at the 10x difference between that and GPT, it's like, well, I mean, as far as I know, I don't think Anthropic's getting $500 billion pumped into it, so I can't blame them for needing to charge a little bit more for their AI model. So I will give them a pass on that. So I was wrong there. I apologize for. I apologize to Claude.
Wow.
Don't ever apologize.
I would say he's trying to play it safe. You know,
Yeah.
he's gonna be the one where it's like, I said thank you at every.
That's
prompt
right.
I did."
Yes. Yeah.
It is funny though. Do you guys feel? Do you guys feel the need to like? Does it feel just almost unnatural to not say thank you?
I don't always. I get what you mean because I do feel that, but I don't always provide the words "thank you." I will just hit the thumbs up button though. Like I'll give it the positive feedback it
There you
needs
go.
to say
Okay.
you gave
Okay.
me a correct answer.
Do you say thank you to your car when it drives you when you get out? I mean, what?
I do stand back sometimes, look at my car, and go, "Man, this thing."
When
Good
you
job.
use the Phillips head screwdriver to put the screw in the wall, thank
You don't flip
screwdriver.
it and put it. I mean, that's the thank you it needs. You know, a
A
little.
screwdriver does not talk to me though, and I think that's
Yeah.
probably the big difference there.
It's
I
true.
wouldn't say I don't. It's not when I chat with it like through text, but when I use the voice client.
Oh.
Thank you, Waze, for getting me down the street.
I mean, well, the amount of times I guess that I've gotten a good answer in cursor and then wanted to say, yeah, like, dude, that was great, but it's like, nope, I'm not going to burn the tokens on that. So like,
Oh,
I'll include that if I need to ask for something else, but I'm not gonna.
Jay
I'm
has
not
to
gonna give
pay
it
to
just the thanks.
thank it. It costs him
exactly.
money.
Please and thank you. Take 2 tokens.
Yeah.
Today though, I mean, honestly, GPT for the win, solving this friggin' problem. I mean, I wanted to.
Mhm.
I mean, you're talking. I couldn't even tell you how long I spent trying to figure this thing out, and it was literally. I didn't even type in much. It was literally just like, I'm having a problem. Here's part of the error message. What's going on? Literal first answer.
I think the first answer should have been, well, we're going to refactor this in Go, and that will solve all your problems.
Well, actually, I mean, I did bury the lead a little bit. It was kind of like, what are you using Java for? What is this, like 98?
Yeah. First step, delete hard drive. Second step, install Linux. Third step.
Right, go. Yeah.
You guys know me more. You guys know me. I'm not in this thing if I don't have to be.
Yeah.
You know?
No Java.
No.
That's the hot take. I mean, I'm sure it's been beaten to death at this point, but that can be yours, Eric, if you want.
What did you reply with? You're like, but it's on billions of devices.
Exactly. I mean, Java gave me a career for like 6 years, so I'm not too mad about it.
Yeah, it says every time you download it, it tells you it's on over 8 billion devices. Like it can't be
It's
bad.
everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Wasn't their choice. It came
Right,
pre-installed
yeah.
with that version of Windows, but you know, it's fine.
Lots of people make mistakes, so yeah. All right. Well, we've hit our 1 hour mark, so and we got through some hot takes eventually, so pretty good. This is a good 1 year return to the DevSync. So hopefully more episodes to come. This was episode.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Jim, thank you very much for joining us for episode 11. Maybe we'll see you again in another episode. It seems promising. I think it went well. So we'll talk to the higher ups and see what we can do.
We'll see what the comments say.
Yeah. What was that? Don't what?
Don't ghost me. I've been ghosted too much lately, so don't ghost me.
We will not do that. All right. We're going to wrap the DevSync episode 11. Thanks, everybody.